here at
for the East region. He's coming into the game averaging 27.7, nearly 11 rebounds a game. And I spoke to head coach Greg Dunn of Brockport. I caught up with him a little bit pre-game. He told me it's going to be difficult stopping him. He said no one's been able to do it. He's most likely going to win Conference Player of the Year again. And they're just going to try to really slow him down, make things more difficult for them, because he said they're really not going to be able to stop him.
Jonathan Patron averaging 23 points a game and 11 boards. He is a monster in the paint, and he can shoot the lights out of the ball too, 37% from the three-point line. So we're in for an interesting matchup at tip-off, and Patron gets the tip-off for Plattsburgh. It's tipped away to Middleton. Now Johnson swung around to Nick DeAngelis on the right wing. Into Patron. Patron inside, gets fouled by Haggins and converts on the bucket. He'll go to the line and shoot the first free throw of the game for the Plattsburgh Cardinals.
Yeah, if you go back and rewatch that play, Patron is just posting up the entire time, and he shows up his strength. He's not the biggest guy, only 6'2", but 245 pounds. He really can put a strong move, which he did right there on the Brockport defender.
Early lead now for Plattsburgh, and they have come out firing. On the ball now is Chris Atkinson on the left wing, now guarded by Patron at the top of the key. Looking in to Summers, who goes up, and it's off the rim. Haggins tries to get the rebound, but that one's taken away by Nick DeAngelis.
Yeah, Patron there making the play on defensive end, guarding Summers, Brockport's best player.
In the corner, it's lost, but the referee indicates Brockport ball after a little bit of confusion. Chris Atkinson, the point guard here for Brockport. He will run the offense against this pretty big-sized Plattsburgh team. Driving to his left, coming around, and outside for three, no good. Off the back iron, and Haggins staying with it. He kicks it back out to Nelson, and Atkinson will reset. Atkinson, a little shake and bake, a pull up from right above the elbow, and hits.
Brockport isn't the biggest team, so we'll probably see them try to work it more outside on perimeter today.
Now in the corner is Middleton, driving towards the middle and kicks back out to Brandon Johnson. Johnson, a pull-up from right above the elbow, and He can't convert on that one, but it's tipped off of Johnson, last touch, and it'll be Golden Eagles ball. Now Alvarez on the left side kicks in, and that is a walk, a traveling violation. He moved his feet before he dribbled the ball, and Plattsburgh has it now.
Yeah, not the smoothest start so far for both teams. Really a lot of sloppy play, turnovers, traveling. We haven't really seen a lot of crisp offensive play.
Out now to Ian Howard, the senior from Queens, and Patron at the top of the key. Face guarded by Haggins. A lot of pressure. Patron dribbling around in the paint. A spin move, puts it up, and off the mark. Brockport in transition, looks inside, and it's stripped away by Johnson. Middleton has it now, crossing half court, gives it to Howard, and an easy finish on the transition bucket.
Yeah, just a really nice job right there by Plattsburgh, working the ball in the open court on that transition play for the easy two.
Atkinson directing traffic. Now Antonio Alvarez kicks it to Nelson. Atkinson, a ball fake, brings it back to Nelson on the right wing for three, just short. And Alvarez, Nick DeAngelis gets the rebound. Middleton will try a three and hits. Plattsburgh firing on all cylinders this early in the first half, trying to get Brockport out of reach.
And not the start you wanted for head coach Greg Dunn for the Golden Eagles. He's already switching things up, bringing in three subs off the bench.
And a nice hook off the glass. 4-2 cuts the lead in half. At the top of the key, swinging it around to Johnson. Looking for Middleton as he back cuts a short corner pull-up, and another jump shot is good for Chris Middleton. Atkinson, now Nelson. Here is Justin Summers backing down, kicking out for three, and they get a foul called, and he converts the bucket.
Yeah, friendly roll right there, but great play as we have a potential 4-point play for Brockport. That's really the spark they needed right now, Mike. They really weren't getting anything going on offense, but a play like that could really change things around here with 16:09 left in this first half.
Antonio Alvarez got the friendly roll and a chance at a 4-point play to cut this lead down to 2. Cash it. Johnson directing traffic. Middleton wide open on the right wing, but defense was there. Swinging it around. Johnson from way above the top of the key, and that's a foul inside. Jahidi Wallace commits that foul away from the ball, and a quick timeout from Plattsburgh. So about 4 minutes into this game, Plattsburgh has a 2-point edge. Brockport got pretty lucky on one of those threes from Alvarez.
Yeah, if that didn't fall, it could be a different game right here, but that was a really big-time shot for the Golden Eagles. They needed that. They were trailing 8-2 at one point. It really didn't look like they were getting anything going on offense, but smart timeout here by Brockport just to sort things out. They look a little out of sync. Their passes aren't crisp, and really Plattsburgh is just controlling the pace of this game on both ends. They're really playing to the Golden Eagles' strengths. When I talked to Gunn before the game, he talked about how he wanted to control the turnover battle because he realized they're not going to out-rebound Plattsburgh. But right now, Plattsburgh is controlling both the rebound and the turnover battle, so that's something that Brockport has to switch going forward.
Brockport, they force about 18 turnovers per game, and they score about 21 or 22 points off of those turnovers, and their defense has not been the best so far against this gritty and big Plattsburgh team.
And it really comes down to Plattsburgh has hit their shots so far. Outside of the Alvarez three-pointer, Brockport really has not converted on their jump shots. Something that the Cardinals are really doing a good job of early in this one.
Patron using his size inside. A reverse, no good, and Atkinson on the chase. He has it a step back and an air ball with the fadeaway, and Johnson looking forward. DeAngelis trying to get that one. He comes down with it. Patron on the right side kicks out to Middleton. And they will reset with 15 left to shoot. Brandon Johnson, now Nick DeAngelis. Inside is Jonathan Patron. A lot of hands inside and a traveling violation as the big man was caught shifting his feet.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, Coach Dunn said he wanted to make things difficult for Patron because he realized how talented of a player he is. And so far, the Golden Eagles have done a really nice job of making things tough. He's getting shots off, but they're all contested, 2 or 3 defenders. He has to really fight through traffic, and Brockport just needs to continue that if they want to hold him.
Inside, goes up and can't get that one to fall. His number 25, Jahidi Wallace. Brockport has already made a plethora of subs. Plattsburgh has gone with the same lineup so far through 5 minutes. And well, one thing that Brockport is known to do is run the ball up and down the floor. So they try and give rest to as many guys as they can.
Yeah, that's one thing you really see when you look at Brockport. They really switch things up. They like to go to their bench, make substitutions. Plattsburgh, on the other hand, they're really only a 6-man deep team, so they really only utilize one bench player. The rest of the players don't really see that much action, especially today against Brockport.
That one's it was given away as Brandon Johnson tried to take the ball out of the hands of number 4, Antonio Alvarez, and well, it tipped backcourt, and it's a backcourt violation. So 10-10 is the score right now. Danny Ashley at the top of the key. Now Devontae Haggins kicks down to the left short corner, and Wallace has it. Patron playing tight defense. Haggins, a ball fake, kicks out to his left. A quick shot and quick release and a make from Monte Stroman, and Brockport takes the lead.
Yeah, some really nice ball movement around the perimeter to open up the three-point attempt.
Johnson on the right side. Brockport playing a little bit of a 2-3 zone, and Patron splitting the zone and getting the great pass from inside, and he converts on that bucket.
That's one thing you really need to worry about when you're playing the 2-3 zone, is allowing things inside, and Patron was able to use that for the advantage.
Ashley, a tough angle, couldn't get it to fall, and Middleton has it. Now Patron on the left side. Brockport closing in. Middleton, a great move, and he tries to go up. I think he tried to dunk that ball, but he ultimately gets fouled, and he will have a chance for 2 points.
Yeah, like I said on the last Plattsburgh bucket, that inside is really, the middle of the lane's really opening up because of that 2-3 zone. Brockport's trying to make it difficult to pass around the perimeter, but all that does, it opens up the lane for scoring opportunities for the Cards.
Middleton evens the game. Number 24 will check into the game for Plattsburgh. Adam Jaquish. Excuse me. And Middleton misses the second, but no box out. Jaquish gets the rebound, and a new shot clock for the Cardinals. Middleton on the left side, looking out to Nick DeAngelis. DeAngelis crosses over to his left, now to the right. Middleton on the right side for 3. Just bounces out, and on the rebound is number 22, Monte Stroman. Great vision from Ashley for inside for Summers, and he puts it up off the glass. Brockport regains the lead. And Justin Summers sends that ball in the next week.
Yeah, that's why Justin Summers was the first team All-SUNYAC player last year and most likely to repeat this season. The junior has really been Brockport's leader all season, and they lost their best player from last year, Hamachin Sheldon. He really was able to just fill in that gap of leader for the Golden Eagles right here, and great play on both ends. And we saw that really nice cut for the layup, and that rejection was just absolutely amazing. Perfect timing by Summers.
Devontae Haggins taking part in a little conversation with the referee, as well as Coach Dunn telling him to maybe close his mouth a little bit. He's speaking a little too much. Now Johnson crosses over to his right, and he gives Ashley a little too big of a bump, and the Brockport bench likes that call. And a turnover now for Plattsburgh. And a bit of confusion now as Plattsburgh says that the foul was on Danny Ashley, and well, Plattsburgh will take the ball out under the basket.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on. It appeared initially that was an offensive foul on the Cardinals, but right now I think Plattsburgh is actually going to be taking the ball out, so maybe that foul was on Ashley.
They will take the ball out under the basket, although I do believe the foul was at top of the key, extended. And Coach Greg Dunn is speaking his mind, and the referees are letting him have it, saying, please, let's play some basketball.
Yeah, Dunn's a very animated figure.
Jonathan Patron, a shake and bake, a jump shot from the top of the key. He hits the three, and oh my, wow, what a tough angle.
Yeah, and he didn't have much daylight, but just enough to get that shot off. And if you're Brockport, you can't give him any daylight. A player like him is going to kill you. Right there, 37% three-point shooter.
Danny Ashley on the left side, matched up against Middleton, a size battle. Now Devontae Haggins from about the free throw line, and that's a long rebound awarded to Brandon Johnson. Middleton, now DeAngelis. Trying to find some space is Johnson, and Patron comes up with a screen on the right side, kicks inside, and
travel right there.
Adam Jaquish moved his feet before he put the ball on the ground, and that's a traveling violation. Once again, another turnover from Plattsburgh.
Yeah, right now, the game's really started to settle down for both teams. Both teams really have struggled early on with turning the ball over right here, but Brockport has finally been able to get some offense following that big shot.
The fourth turnover from Plattsburgh. Let's see if Brockport can capitalize. A lob inside, and Summers gets pushed by, I believe it was Brandon Johnson. No, though, they're going to give it to Adam Jaquish, and seems that Justin Summers is still on the ground after that big hit.
Yeah, it's not a nice sight to see if you're a Brockport fan or even any basketball player or basketball fan. Summers has really been Brockport's best player all season, and you know, seeing a player of his caliber on the ground like that is just not something you want to see. So hopefully he's able to shake it off and come up uninjured.
Summers in a lot of pain down by the block on the Plattsburgh end of the court. Seems to be rubbing on the knee, the left knee of Justin Summers.
Yeah, and if you're Brockport right now, you really need to find someone to replace his production, because he's really been their number one guy all season, and they're going to have to find someone who's going to be able to go at it with a player like Jonathan Patron.
That is a big blow if he is not able to return. Justin Summers, one of the most physical guys inside Brockport has, and Plattsburgh has so much size. That's why they are number 2 in the East region in NCAA Division III.
Yeah, their size has really been what's won them games this season. And, you know, without a player like Summers, you're going to have to replace his offensive production. He's been the Golden Eagles' best player offensively all season, averaging about 17.7 and 8.5 rebounds. And, you know, you got to find someone to replace that offensive production. And hopefully, if you're Brockport, this isn't too serious and he is able to return at some point.
And an off-ball foul, so they'll try it again. Into the corner now is number 22, Stroman. Monte Stroman off the mark, and Patron with another rebound.
Yeah, that's the shot you want if you're Brockport. You just need it to fall.
Patron trying to get around Ashley. Ashley being a pest on defense, but that ball is taken away by Adam Jaquish, and he puts it up off the glass. And Plattsburgh extend the lead to 3.
Yeah, rebounding is also going to be a really difficult thing for the Golden Eagles to do without Summers. So they're going to have to find all their players to start getting some bodies on the Plattsburgh defenders and offensive players in order to get these boards.
10 seconds remain on the shot clock. Danny Ashley at the top of the key makes his move on Middleton, driving towards the hoop. A fadeaway, and he puts that one up. Can't get it to go. And now on the chase. Here's number 10, Travis Cox. He pulls up and way long, and Ashley corrals the long rebound, has numbers, but a Euro step puts it up on the right side and gets it to fall. Brockport within 1. Jaquish, now Travis Cox. It's tipped away by Antonio Alvarez. And Brockport will take a timeout. What a sequence there. Plattsburgh came down the floor, got a bad shot. Brockport collected the long rebound, and Danny Ashley went right to the hole. And then another defensive effort from Brockport. That is what we talked about in the beginning of this game. Their defense is what's going to matter.
Yeah, their defense is definitely going to matter. And going back to that play by Danny Ashley, just really nice job of working the transition. It looked like he maybe had a couple outlet options in the beginning. Instead, elects to take it to the rack himself. Was able to put a really nice move on the defender for the bucket. And if you're Brockport right now, you just want to keep this game close with Summers with the potential to come back. Obviously, you don't know what his status is. It's up in the air right now, but you need to keep this close because if a team like Plattsburgh, if you give them an inch, they'll just take it and run away with this one. So finding secondary scoring opportunities and being able to just find someone to collect the rebounds that Summers would have gotten otherwise. So if you're Brockport right here, you really just need to change your entire approach to this game.
Brockport leads the SUNYAC in points off of turnovers with just under 22 per game. They already have 7 tonight, and we're halfway through the first half. Cox will take the ball out, finds Johnson on the left side, plays a 1-2. Now Cox has it, driving baseline, going up, and a tough angle, puts it up off the glass. And Monte Stroman was running, trying to create a fast break, and Johnson stepped in front of him. And obviously it's going to be a blocking foul on Johnson. He lost his shoe on that effort, but Plattsburgh might have saved fast break points. Danny Ashley driving towards the middle, and Devontae Haggins was out on the corner, but he drove inside and Ashley didn't recognize.
Yeah, it just looked like overall miscommunication there. I think Ash expected him to be somewhere else and he wasn't.
Travis Cox directing traffic now. Jaquist coming up. Here's Nick DeAngelis. Cox again with the ball. Jaquist puts it up and can't get that one to fall. Haggins on the fast break, gives it up to Nelson, and now Alvarez has it, drives on the left side, puts it up with the right hand, gets his own rebound, another one, and puts it in. 2 offensive rebounds, leads to 2 points for Brockport, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, that's foul on Patron right there as he shoved Alvarez, and right now Alvarez has really been the spark that the Golden Eagles have needed this game. Really just a really scrappy player making plays on both ends of the court right there. As we see that, I believe that's Patron's second foul of the game. And when I talked with Dunn, he was joking about how they needed Patron to foul out, but if you're Plattsburgh, that is going to be a concern going forward because your best player is already at 2 fouls.
Danny Ashley, now Alvarez driving towards the middle of the lane, and a blocking foul on Travis Cox. Alvarez will go to the line and shoot 2. First one is good, and Patron gets the first bench minutes so far he's seen tonight. And the offense has not run through him thus far, but it's been pretty close. So 2 free throws there puts Brockport in the lead, and now that's half-court pressure they're showing the Cardinals, and they don't know what to do with it. They've turned the ball over a couple times, and a lot of miscommunication. Now Chris Middleton drives. It's tipped away by Ashley. Chris Atkinson pulling up, but he almost lost the ball there. He regains possession, and there's 20 seconds left to shoot. Atkinson looking for Haggins. Alvarez popping out. Now Atkinson, a long 3, gets it to go. Atkinson found some space and got one up there, and Brockport's up by 4 with 8 minutes to go here in the first half.
Yeah, just an overall great possession from Brockport right there as they're able to run the shot clock down and draw the 3-point attempt. And Atkinson, great range right there, knocking down the long 3.
And it looked like the foul was going to be on the ground. They'll say Jaquish was in the shooting motion. He'll go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. Brockport now with 5 fouls. Plattsburgh with 7. That puts them over the limit. Jaquish missed the second free throw, and Alvarez was there to grab it. 24-21. 8.5 to go here in the first half of play. Danny Ashley looking for options, has none. Now Atkinson on the left side, and he did take an extra step there, and another traveling violation, this time on the fault of Brockport. Now DeAngelis, Middleton, here's Cox. Puts it inside, it's tipped away by Ashley. Jaquish recovers and gets it to go.
Yeah, Jaquish has really been a key player for the Cardinals here. Right now he has 5 points for them off the bench.
Danny Ashley making his move, and Atkinson outside again! Oh my! Chris Atkinson putting on a shooting display. He has 8 points now here for the Golden Eagles. And Nick DeAngelis says, anything you can do, I can do better. It's a 1-point game. Kicked out to Alvarez, making his move towards the middle, just kind of threw that one up, looking for a foul, but Haggins gets the rebound, kicks it out, and a 3, gets it. Josh Nelson finds the bucket from the outside, his first points of the game.
Yeah, both teams really are starting to heat up from the three-point range right now. Brockport in particular shooting lights out. And really nice play by Atkinson, draws the charge right there. And, you know, Plattsburgh, they really need to limit their turnovers here, Mike. Another turnover, and that's really the difference in the game. Like head coach Dunn told me when I met with him before this game, they need to win the turnover battle. As long as the turnover battle is in their hands, he really felt confident that his team was able to succeed today. And so far, that is the number one reason why Brockport is on top. And if you just look at head coach Tom Curley, not happy at all. He thought that Atkinson sold that, which he may have done, but really great job of setting his feet to draw the charge. And most officials are going to call that, especially when his feet are set. He maybe did a little bit of an acting job, but again, another turnover for the Cardinals, which if you're head coach for the Plattsburgh right now, Tom Curley, you really need your team to settle down on offense. Brockport really has done a good job of putting pressure on them, creating turnovers, and that's how Brockport is able to execute their offense. As you mentioned, nearly 22 points a game off turnovers, and that's exactly what they're doing here in this first half.
From what we can see up here on the top of the bleachers, Justin Summers is sitting in a chair at the edge of the bench with a wrap around his left ankle and foot. And it doesn't seem likely he will return to this game, or potentially even tomorrow, with him sitting there and has his one shoe off. And it's a shame, but I'll tell you this much. Chris Atkinson has, and Antonio Alvarez has been the 1-2 punch for Brockport early on.
Yeah. Both players have done it on both ends. They're drawing fouls for Plattsburgh. They're creating good high percentage shots, and they're making their baskets.
Chris Atkinson driving, and a pass outside, but that one did touch the line on the baseline, and it's a turnover for Brockport.
Yeah, we're going to see the Golden Eagles go back to this full court pressure, something that they've been doing most of the season, and especially with Patron on the bench right now, really trying to take advantage of Plattsburgh without their best player.
Plattsburgh couldn't get the ball in on that possession. A 30-second timeout was called on the inbound, and it's been tough for Plattsburgh's offense to sort of function the way they normally do when Brockport has brought so much energy, not just on the court, but on the bench too. You can see Brockport is a lot more optimistic, although they know coming into this game, Plattsburgh is one of the best teams in the SUNYAC, if not the best, and comparative with Oswego. But already in this first half, what have you seen that Plattsburgh needs to change with 6 minutes left?
I think Plattsburgh really just needs to settle down on offense. They really haven't been controlling pace in this one. It's all Brockport the second half of this first half, just making sloppy passes like we just saw. Brockport's creating turnovers. They're getting to the ball. They're making Plattsburgh make mistakes.
Middleton turned the ball over there, and back-to-back turnovers from either team. And that's been the story so far in the first half. Atkinson running the offense, gets the pick from Nelson, kicks out to Monte Stroman on the right side. Ashley looking for cutters inside, but Atkinson finds an open lane, puts it up on the left side with the right hand, and wants a foul called. He said he was hitting the neck, but now Johnson has it. That one's tipped away, and
yeah, there appear to be some contact on Atkinson. Right now, looks like he's holding his neck. Maybe got hit in the neck. But again, another Plattsburgh turnover, Mike. We've been seeing this a lot. Brockport's defense is just putting tremendous pressure on this Cardinals team, and it looks like Atkinson's actually going to head to the bench.
Tom Curl, the Plattsburgh coach, put in the senior forward, Isaiah Hill. He's 6'7", and he made a mistake. He turned the ball over inside, and now Patron checks back into the game. Haggins working inside, and he gets that one to fall. What a move by Haggins, and Brockport now up by 6.
Yeah, and if you're Brockport right now, I would keep attacking Patron. He already has 2 fouls. He's not going to play a lot of aggressive defense, so if you're Brockport, drive right to the rim, go at Patron.
A long 3 from Middleton, can't get that one to fall, but Patron finds it inside, and he gets a quick bucket. But 6 is the largest lead for either team. And I don't think it's going to get much larger than that all night. Danny Ashley, now Stroman. Ashley, a little 1-2 move on the left side, puts it up. And a tough angle. He was almost equal with the backboard when he put that one up off the glass.
That was just an overall beautiful drive to the basket. Really nice soft finish by Ashley, and it looks like we're going to get another Brockport foul, but overall this Brockport team has really been able to do a good job. They started off slow offensively. Plattsburgh really put a lot of pressure. Brockport was really sloppy with the ball, but right now they're just doing everything right to find the weak points in this Plattsburgh zone.
First free throw is a little short from Ian Howard, the senior from Queens, New York. Both short off the front iron, and Alvarez looking to start something, and well, he says, let's cool down a minute. We have a 6-point lead. Ashley kicks over to Alvarez. He trying to find Haggins, but he and Howard read that the entire way. He'll slow down this Plattsburgh offense, and they'll try and get something going as well. Brandon Johnson, traffic control, now making his move inside. That one's given away. Ashley comes up with a loose ball and a foul, a hard foul at the rim. Ashley thought he had it. Middleton was on his back. And Middleton said, no, you have to work for your points. No easy buckets on the fast break.
Yeah, but we're almost into the double bonus if you're Plattsburgh right now. Or Brockport, I should say. Plattsburgh already has 9 fouls. Brockport, again, another turnover right there. Brockport really putting some tremendous pressure on this Plattsburgh offense. Plattsburgh hasn't been able to get to the regular offensive routine. They do not look comfortable at all. Patron is not open. They're not really able to work through him. The entire offense is just rusty.
Brockport now goes up by 8 points, the largest lead of the night for the Golden Eagles. Brandon Johnson protecting the ball and draws a foul. That's Danny Ashley. That's his 2nd foul in the first half. He will take a seat, and Chris Atkinson will come back in and try and run the offense.
Yeah, one of the reasons why we haven't heard more or seen more from Jonathan Patron recently is because of Devontae Haggins. He's done a really nice job of locking up Patron, really just getting a body on him and staying physical. Right there, the two of them going at it, but both of them doing, or I should say, Haggins doing a really nice job of just sticking with Patron, not giving him any easy looks at the basket.
Devontae Haggins saying Patron is doing a little too much pushing down there at the hash marks in the paint, and Haggins getting the box out, but Alvarez on the rebound. Atkinson up the floor to Nelson. Now Atkinson will take a chill and try and get something going for the Eagles. Into the corner, Alvarez tries a 3. He hits from the right corner. Brockport now goes up by double digits with Less than 4 minutes to go. The bench is ecstatic. DeAngelis, he'll try a three, but it's tipped and rebounded by Stroman.
Brockport really is just doing everything right overall. They're really just getting to the ball, putting pressure, making the crisp passes, finding the open man, and just attacking the basket.
Nelson tries a three from the left corner, and he hits.
Plattsburgh, again, another play. They just got to close out on these Brockport three-point shooters. They cannot leave Brockport open in the corner, or else Brockport will make you pay.
DeAngelis once again missing on that three, and Atkinson on the fast break has options, but he'll take it himself and puts it up off the glass. A 15-point lead has now put a cloud over the head of Plattsburgh, and with under 3 minutes to go, Plattsburgh in major trouble. In the corners, DeAngelis, now Taylor Mason, the 6'11 freshman from Muncie, Pennsylvania. Can't get that one to go. Atkinson on the rebound. Finds Alvarez. He'll try a three and rims in and out, but a little bit of a heat check for the Brockport Golden Eagles as they were putting on some shooting display.
Yeah, he may have pulled the trigger a little early on that one. Brockport probably could have set up their offense, but they've been making their shots, so why not keep shooting if you're hot?
An easy bucket inside from the freshman Taylor Mason, and well, Brockport will take a timeout real quick, and Tom Curl, the Plattsburgh head coach, still discussing with the ref about something that happened on the Brockport end of the floor. Wanted a foul called on maybe one of those last possessions, but with under 2 minutes to go, Brockport has pretty much sucked the life out of Plattsburgh. Patron has been, he has 10 points, but it almost feels like he's been non-existent with how electric he normally is.
Yeah, Brockport has really done a really nice job of just preventing him from doing what he normally does, and that's just take over a basketball game and control the entire pace of the game offensively for Plattsburgh. And they have not had a lot of rhythm or a lot of consistent good looks on offense. Brockport's just doing a tremendous job creating pressure, forcing Plattsburgh to make some really tough passes, which have a lot of times resulted in turnovers, which lead to easy buckets by Brockport.
Brockport leads in almost every category in the stats. They're shooting 64% from the three-point line. They are 7 for 11 in the first half. They've yet to miss a free throw. They have grabbed more rebounds on either end than Plattsburgh, and they've really controlled the first half against this Plattsburgh team that coming in, they're number 2. You see them as maybe not even the underdog at number 2, as they're ranked over Oswego in the NCAA East Region standings, and it almost seems like they're non-existent tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to look at this team's body of works and just judge which team was which based off overall performance tonight, you would think that Brockport is Plattsburgh and vice versa, but tonight it's been the Golden Eagles' night.
Devontae Jones now on the ball. Kicks to Alvarez. Atkinson looking for the ball, but Jones still has it. 5 seconds to shoot. He drives to the lane, puts it up with the left hand, but can't get it to go. Patron finds the rebound, but Jones on his tail, and Patron realizes. Now Johnson tries a three. He hits. A 10-point game, and Plattsburgh is creeping back to Brockport. 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, that was really what Plattsburgh needed to really stop the bleeding that Brockport was really causing them. They're really not getting a lot on offense. And that was a really lucky bounce right there, but nonetheless, Brockport's hot streak continues, Mike.
Josh Nelson, 3 threes to add on to the Brockport tally. They're now 8 for 12. A 3 from Johnson. He hits again on back-to-back possessions. Johnson says, well, slow down a second. This is Plattsburgh. You don't play us and expect not to get shot on. Devontae Jones has it. A 7-second difference between shot and game clock. 10 on the shot clock. Jones trying to find some space, has his head down. He looks towards the rim, and he gets that one to fall. Johnson bringing it across the timeline with 4 seconds to go. Johnson, a step back for 3. What a display of shooting from Brandon Johnson. 3 straight possessions, 3 straight threes to end the half. And Brandon Johnson puts this game within 9 and gives Plattsburgh maybe a little light going into halftime.
Yeah, really nice shooting display we've seen from both teams. I mean, we talked about Summers, not Summers. Yeah, we talked about the Brockport shooting by Nelson, and you know, Atkinson's made a couple of deep threes, but right now Plattsburgh really ending it on a hot streak. But Brockport, you really got to give them credit. They lose their best player for pretty much, they were without Summers for pretty much that entire first half, and they're able to get a 15-point lead against the second best team in the East region. So some just really nice work done by that defense, and that's the reason why Brockport has a 9-point advantage.
I think the most impressive feat is that Justin Summers didn't play the second half of the first half of play. I mean, you could tell that Brockport was missing a piece, but the way they looked, the way they acted, it almost seemed like, okay, so we're a man down, but we can still shoot the lights out of the ball, and that they have done here in the first half.
Yeah, they really changed their offensive philosophy following Summers getting hurt, but they are changing things up. Normally, they like to really run their offense through Summers. Instead, they've really been swinging it around the perimeter, driving to the hoop, which has opened up the open three-point shots. And if the men are open in the corner, fine, I'll take it in and I'll score off the glass. Really nice play by just Atkinson, and you know, we saw that really nice play by Monty Stroman. These Brockport guards are getting it into the lane, and they're not afraid to go at these Plattsburgh Cardinals.
Plattsburgh with 40 points at the half, Brockport with 49, and it is halftime, so we'll take a quick break here on WTOP 10, and we'll get ready for second half action real soon.
Hello?
Josh, the stream's not working. We need you to fix it right now.
The stream's down? I'll be right there.
To run with scissors.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Always. Lock it up.
Jake.
Hi.
What's wrong?
It's just a bad day, you know.
Oh, Creative Services can help you.
Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
Hey guys, when we're not doing the real deal, what do you like to do in your free time?
Well, I like to watch WTOP 10 movies on demand.
Yeah, me too. You know, there's such a wide variety of films that anybody on campus can watch.
And it's free.
And it's free.
How do I get to this movies on demand?
Well, all you have to do is go to WTOP10.com and click the Movies on Demand tab.
Hey, let's go watch one right now to review on our next show.
in the semifinals of the SUNYAC playoffs, and Plattsburgh is down at the half, 40-49, and this Brockport Golden Eagles team has been absolutely electric. The 1-2 punch of Chris Atkinson and Antonio Alvarez, post-injury of Justin Summers, has been amazing for this Brockport Golden Eagles team.
Yeah. You know, in the Battle of the Birds so far, the Golden Eagles have come out on... in the Battle of the Birds so far, Brockport has been the superior team in this first half. And you know what? Without their best player, they responded exactly how they needed to. They went to their secondary scoring options, you know. No Justin Summers, no problem. Give me Chris Atkinson. Give me Antonio Alvarez. They're really just picking up the slack that was lost when you lose such an electric player like Summers. And you know what? If you're Brockport, you really just need to keep up the defensive intensity. Really just keep forcing Plattsburgh to turn the ball over, and just off of the turnovers, continuing that transition offense, which led to so many points in that first half.
Well, if you're one for interesting stats at the half, here's an interesting stat for you. The entire Brockport team, out of everybody who stepped on the floor, has scored tonight. For Plattsburgh, the entire Plattsburgh team, but one, Isaiah Hill, has scored tonight. So almost every single player that stepped on the floor has scored, and Brockport has been an all-around shooting team. Plattsburgh getting the work done inside, but towards the end of the first half, Brandon Johnson put on what was one of the best shooting displays I've seen, hitting 3 threes in the last 3 straight possessions to close out the half. But it's a 9-point game, and we've got one more half of basketball in this first semifinal game. Here's Atkinson stepping back, a pull-up, way short, and Patron on the rebound. Not the shot you want right out of the half if you're Brockport. Nick DeAngelis looking inside to Johnson. He's tipped away by Ashley, but Johnson recovers. A great ball fake, goes up on the left side, a little too strong, and Howard can't come up with the rebound. A fast break. Haggins! Devontae Haggins bringing the house down. And Brockport puts an exclamation point on the 11-point lead.
Yeah, again, transition has been the key to this Brockport Golden Eagles offense. Those points were scored in transition, as Haggins did a nice job of getting out.
And the floater off the mark for Johnson, and Haggins brings down that rebound. And a foul is called on number 0, Ian Howard. That's his second foul of the competition. Danny Ashley on the ball right now. Shifting to the top of the key. A drive on the left side. Puts it up. Can't get the friendly bounce, but he'll go to the line and try for 2 anyway.
Yeah, Brockport really just picking things up where they left it off to end that first half. Really just going at Plattsburgh on both ends of the court and just attacking the rim. That's something they really did a nice job of doing in that first half, and it's something that they're going to keep needing to do if they want to really score and just keep control of this lead.
First missed free throw for Brockport all night, and Ashley converts on the second. But 8 for 9 from the line as a combined team for the Golden Eagles. Now Middleton getting rid of Nelson on that shake and bake, but he loses the ball, and it's swung around to Johnson. 15 to shoot. Johnson wanting the screen. Now a switch up. Johnson stepping back for 2, and a long 2 with a foot on the line. Could have been another 3. And Johnson still has the range in the second half. Haggins trying to draw a foul on Ian Howard down by the block, and he's coming up. Ashley tries a 3 up off the front iron and corralling that rebound was Johnson. Patron swings it around to Middleton. Now Nick DeAngelis. Everybody touching the ball on this possession. DeAngelis now 10 to shoot. Comes outside. Swings it across to Middleton on the opposite side of the court. Now Brandon Johnson had it, but Devontae Haggins falls to the ground and gets the call. A turnover for Plattsburgh.
Yeah, that's the second turnover by the Cardinals on their end of the floor right now. So really just sloppy play, not making smart decisions. And Brockport will end up benefiting as Plattsburgh is already -3 in the fouls.
Just when you thought Plattsburgh was moving the ball around, trying to find a good shot, they turn the ball over. Now can Brockport convert after the turnover? Nelson driving baseline, kicks back out to Alvarez, who almost didn't see it. But now Atkinson driving baseline once again. He loses it to Nick DeAngelis, and a fast break now for the Cardinals. Alvarez trying to scoot out of the way, but DeAngelis sort of tried to go into the path of Alvarez to draw the foul, and he did so.
Yeah, the next 5 or so minutes are really going to be crucial in deciding who's going to take control of the game. Brockport can either add to their lead or, you know, Plattsburgh can close the gap.
Danny Ashley read the pass, got the steal, and finished on the other end. A long three from DeAngelis, and he can't get that one to fall. Middleton inside, puts it up. Can't get the lucky roll, but he will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. Great defensive effort thus far from Brockport.
Yeah, and Brockport really just needs to box out right there and just prevent him from even getting the position to make that rebound. But, I mean, nice play by Middleton. But those are the types of plays where really, you know, even a long three-pointer, the defense really needs to watch out because that creates a lot more opportunity with a long rebound by the offense, and that's what we saw there. It wasn't really as much of a long rebound. Middleton had position inside, but Brockport really need to get creative with how they really just combat this rebound game right here, as Plattsburgh is still just doing a good job of controlling that battle.
Ashley driving, finds an opening, but that rims in and out on the rebound. Here's number 25, Jahidi Wallace. And he puts that one up off the glass, a 12-point lead for the Golden Eagles. DeAngelis, no space, but Johnson on the right wing, wide open, and you cannot give him that option.
Yeah, Johnson is just shooting lights out at this point.
Count the bucket for Jahidi Wallace, and Chris Atkinson made that play happen. He drove to the paint without even seeing Wallace. He put that one around the defender with a bounce pass, and what a finish from Wallace in traffic. He has a chance at a three-point play, and the life has been sucked out of this Plattsburgh team once again early on. And
yeah, it definitely has been. Every big shot that Johnson has hit, Brockport has had an answer for. And right there, he doesn't convert on the free throw, but still, I mean, that's momentum that goes to Brockport. You get their bench hyped up, really just controlling the mood of this game.
Johnson tries another one from somewhere behind the arc, and that one was off the mark, and Atkinson now with the ball. At the top of the key, looking for Ashley, who was cutting, but no space. Now Jahidi Wallace trying to back down Patron, but he couldn't get there. Atkinson pulls the trigger and connects. Chris Atkinson now with 13 points, the leading scorer for Brockport. Patron, he'll try a three of his own, but he is fouled on the shot. Nelson is the victim. And Plattsburgh will take a timeout. Free throws to come for Jonathan Patron.
Yeah, going back to that Chris Atkinson shot, really see he's really just doing a great job of creating space. Really not even with the ball, just cutting through the lane, getting open, and getting loose for these long three-pointers, which he's really showed off his range too. You know, you look at Brandon Johnson, and right now he's shooting 4 for 4. But, you know, okay, Chris Atkinson says, I can shoot the long three too. And he's made a number of them this game. I believe he has 3 at the moment. And those 13 points for Brockport are huge, because when you lose a player like Justin Summers, that really puts a huge burden on the rest of your offense. And you know what? Antonio Alvarez, the Brockport native, he's really just picking up slack. Him and Atkinson are picking up slack for these Golden Eagles right now. And 15 minutes remain, and unless Plattsburgh really can make a run and cut this Brockport lead down, it looks like the Golden Eagles will be advancing to the championship, Mike.
Well, 15 minutes of basketball left, a 14-point game. It's not out of the question for the number 2 seed Plattsburgh. But I will tell you this, Ben. They're going to have to pull some mighty comeback against this Brockport team in order to make it to tomorrow, which is a potential 3-for-3 matchup between rivals Oswego and Plattsburgh.
Yeah, Plattsburgh obviously coming here for the hockey game. Oswego plays Plattsburgh tomorrow, and the Plattsburgh men's hockey team is here right now watching the basketball team play. And you know, the Oswego State women's hockey team is also going to Plattsburgh tomorrow, and then in the NEWHL semis. So you know, a lot of Plattsburgh Oswego going on right here. But right now, it doesn't look as if Plattsburgh will even make it till tomorrow. Couple of missed free throws there by Patron, and Brockport with the ball again, looking to do more damage.
Patron, a 63% free throw shooter, went 2 for 3 right there. And now Brockport with the ball. Atkinson pulls back, takes a jump shot, but it's a long rebound now for Patron, and Brandon Johnson has the ball. Here's Middleton inside for Patron, finding Howard on the inside, and on the right block, Howard gets it to go, and a 10-point game here in Oswego. Patron tries to take that one away, not happy with the call, but G.E.D. Wallace was in front and had his back to him, so Patron reached around and Wallace got the call.
Yeah, Patron trying to anticipate that pass there, but he really got a little too much body on there, as that's a pretty obvious foul call for the officials. But if you're Plattsburgh, you really got to worry now, because, you know, Patron already had 2 fouls. Now he has 3 with 14 minutes left. So, I mean, if I'm Brockport, go right back at Patron, attack the hole.
Danny Ashley running the offense, now Alvarez. Ashley gets the screen from Haggins, and they'll say that Haggins was not set. It looked like he was set from up here. I think the referee pointed to the wrong direction. I think they're going to say it was a blocking foul from the screen. A great read by Haggins to get his feet set. I think the referee got a little too excited there on the call and pointed Plattsburgh ball. Haggins was upset. Coach Gunn was upset.
Yeah, Coach Dunn's a really animated coach, but, you know, right there pleading for his case, really. I mean, that was a block call. I mean, obviously the officials, it looked like they were going to call that on Brockport at first, but, you know, they made the right decision by reversing it.
Danny Ashley crossing it over on Cox. Now Jahidi Williams. A drive, kicks out for 3 off the mark. And Haggins kicks out Now a new shot clock for Danny Ashley and the Brockport Golden Eagles. Ten seconds left to shoot. Ashley trying to find a lane. Alvarez can't get anything to go. 5 to shoot. Looks for Haggins on the baseline. Kicks it out to Wallace. A double pump fake and can't get that one to fall. Plattsburgh has the rebound. Johnson switching from right to left and then in the air again and gets that one to fall. Brandon Johnson making it an 8-point game, and Brockport now has the ball. Ashley making his move, and Ian Howard says, yep, that was my foul. He stepped in front of that one just a little too late.
And Curl is over there. He is not happy right there, looking for a carry, letting the officials know that they missed the call right there, but, you know, wasn't the case, and we're going to get some more Brockport free throws. And, you know, Brockport needs to just keep things going right here and just not allow Plattsburgh to get much closer than they are, because you can already kind of feel the momentum shifting in this one. Brockport had the lead up to 15 at one point and 14 in the second half, but we were below double digits at one point. We were below double digits right now, and with the missed free throw and Plattsburgh getting the ball back, you can kind of feel things shifting.
With 13 minutes to go, Plattsburgh already over the limit. Not good while they're down by 8. But Danny Ashley missed the 1-and-1 opportunity. Johnson stepping back, finds Middleton on the left side. In the short corner is Jonathan Patron. 8 to shoot, drives a drop step and puts it up off the glass on the left side. And just like that, it's a 6-point game. What did I tell you? I said don't count out Plattsburgh. They're on an 8-0 run since the last time out.
Yeah, Brockport needs to switch things up, but they're going to get Chris Atkinson back in this game. That's the right decision. He's been their best player, and you can't have your best player on the bench with 12 minutes left in the SUNYAC semifinals, only up by 6.
And Devontae Haggins drove to the basket there and almost put up a heave because he knew he got fouled, and well, he got the call. Now he's going to shoot 2 to try and re-extend this lead. I will tell you this, Ben. The Plattsburgh hockey team that we mentioned before is sitting in the stands. They are in the heads of the Brockport Golden Eagles. They may be losing right now, but they do not want to see their fellow Cardinals lose a game. They are very loud during this free throw, and it's almost like an NBA atmosphere trying to get the away team, even though they're not away, to miss free throws. He misses them both, but Isaiah Hill steps out of bounds.
Yeah, Isaiah Hill right there could not find his footing right there as he stepped out of bounds. But you mentioned the Plattsburgh hockey team, and you know, we talked about Oswego Plattsburgh, but potential Brockport Plattsburgh rivalry starting. The Golden Eagles play Plattsburgh in hockey on Wednesday. Plattsburgh beat them, but Brockport has a chance to get revenge right here.
Travis Cox puts a big one up there, and a fast break. Haggins has it. Oh my, wow!
And Brandon Johnson wanted no part of that at all, running away as soon as he saw Haggins driving right at the rim right there. Just another electric dunk from Haggins. He's really been a great player for the Golden Eagles all season. And you know what? We talk about how the Plattsburgh hockey team is getting in the Golden Eagles' heads. How about that? Haggins on the other end says, I don't think so. I'm going to put this game, take control of this game back in our favor. And you know what? 11:33 remaining, and that could have been the momentum shifter Brockport was looking for after ending that 8-0 Plattsburgh run.
And the drought has been ended, but 11:33 to go, and this game is nowhere near over. Although it may be 8 points, it's been like that for a little bit, but I'll tell you, Ben. The way that this Plattsburgh team came out firing in the second half has been, it's really blown my mind that they go down by 9 at the half. They looked defeated almost. Johnson did hit those 3 threes, but they've come back out, and now it's almost like the momentum is shifting from side to side. It's almost like a tennis match or a game of ping pong, you know, and you see a bucket on one end and then a bucket on the other end, a steal on one end, a turnover on the other end, and it's like it's a back and forth effort, but no team has the surefire edge right now in this game. It may be an 8-point game, but no team has the surefire edge.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, Brockport's response to that AO Plattsburgh run, how about a highlight reel Sports Center type dunk right there to silence the Plattsburgh hockey team, and we'll see how Plattsburgh is able to respond to that. That could be the momentum pusher that Brockport has been looking for following that AO Platty run.
Hill will try a 3 from the 6'7" forward, but that one's off the mark. And Chris Atkinson now has the ball way above the top of the key. Devontae Haggins, foul line extended. He pulls up just short, but Chris Middleton was on the rebound. Middleton driving, puts it up with the right hand. A floater is good. And a 6-point game. Plattsburgh within striking distance.
Yeah, this is a really critical possession here for the Golden Eagles as Plattsburgh starting to just really cut into that lead. It's down to 6 after a 14-point game, and we talked about response right there. That is exactly what Brockport needed, a 3, and right now up to a 9-point lead, and you know what? 10:33 left. Let's see how Plattsburgh responds. We talk about this tennis match. It keeps going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Big time 3 right there for Brockport.
Brockport inching closer and closer to the foul limit. They have 5 fouls. 7 will be a 1-and-1 opportunity. And Atkinson committed that previous foul. Johnson, the trigger man, underneath the rim, gives it to Patron, a tough angle, and he got that one to fall off the glass. He has 16 points, a quiet 16.
Yeah, normally when you score 16 points, you expect them to be all over the court, but you know what? Patron really has just done it with a lot of, modest baskets. He's really doing a nice job of making those tough angles look easy, just putting it off the glass.
Alvarez puts up a 3, a heave, because he saw Isaiah Hill, the 6'7" forward, coming at him, and he said, I'm going to put this one up and pray. He didn't get the lucky bounce, but he got the foul called. He'll go to the line and shoot 3 free throws. First one is good from Alvarez, now with 12 points. Off the mark on that one, and the Plattsburgh hockey team is definitely feeling this. Makes the third one, and now Cox will try a 3 off the mark and tipped away by Atkinson. A fast break. Here's Stroman. Great ball movement now from the Golden Eagles on this transition, but the fast break is stopped. And Atkinson showing some expression to Stroman, saying, got to get in the right position. Slow it down. We're up by 9. Atkinson driving, kicking out to Alvarez for 3. off the mark, and Haggins on the rebound. Now Stroman, he'll try a three. Once again off the mark, and 2 wasted opportunities. While up by 9 with 10 minutes to go, that could have been an easy 2-point bucket inside. Middleton puts that one up. Great defense from Haggins to keep his arms straight up, and no foul was called.
Yeah, talking about that, going back to that last offensive possession by the Golden Eagles, I would like to see them work it inside more, attack the rim, especially, you know, if your Plattsburgh got Johnson Patron at 3 fouls, he can't really afford to pick up another one, and that's another potential wasted opportunity. If I'm Brockport right now, I slow it down, I take time off the shot clock instead of just pulling up and jacking up threes with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
With the SUNYAC championship on the line, Brockport needs to be very careful, but oh my, wow, what a move from Brandon Johnson. Goes up, cradles it, and puts it up once again on the left side with absolutely no space.
Yeah, we talked about how Jonathan Patron has a very quiet 16 points, but if you look at Brandon Johnson, he has a very loud and electric 19 points, pretty much doing everything for this Plattsburgh offense, and he's really been the spark they needed. Brockport was up 15 late in that first half. You know, Johnson started hitting threes, and Brockport continued hitting threes, but as Brockport continued, so did Johnson. They cut it to a 9-point game, and you know what? He's been really the best player on this court between both teams to me tonight. He's just done everything, been this pretty much his Cardinals offense. They've worked their offense through him, and Brockport cannot give him any space, because you know what? If they give him an inch, he'll knock down a 3 right in their face, and you know what? If they try to close out on him, he'll just drive baseline and put an amazing move on the defender like we just saw right there with that. It was almost like an up and under type play.
Well, Brandon Johnson has shot 7 for 11 from the field. He's played 27 minutes. And what a display of shooting he has put on. 4 for 5 from behind the arc. And if Plattsburgh wins this game, he's gonna be my player of the game.
Yeah, and you're gonna be hard pressed to find a better shooting display. I know we'll see this Oswego State team play in just a couple of minutes. I mean, they have some 3-point shooters, but I don't know if I've seen anything like Johnson. Just 7 for 11 from the field, hitting all kinds of crazy 3-pointers.
Atkinson trying to find some space, drives out. Now kick to Haggins. Here's Atkinson again on the left side, kicks out to Stroman in the left corner with some fancy ball work, but he lost that one, and a crucial turnover for Brockport as Plattsburgh is now gaining momentum and has a chance to bring this lead to within 5, maybe 4.
Yeah, that was really the 3rd straight stud possession for the Golden Eagles. And you know what? They cannot afford to do that. And you know what? Like you said, Plattsburgh could cut this to a 4-point game, and they might be they're able to do that right here as Patron, with absolutely no space, able to draw that and one.
Stroman checks out, and Danny Ashley comes back in, and Jahidi Wallace checks out for Josh Nelson.
You know,
and Plattsburgh sort of seems like, you know, they're not only knocking on the door, but they're barging in to the Brockport parade. I think they celebrated a little too early, and they're getting sloppy on offense.
Yeah, they are most certainly barging in right here. 2 plays have really just shifted this entire game right now. The momentum has swung back into the Plattsburgh side. We'll see how Brockport responds, but they'll need a huge response right here to stop the offensive bleeding.
Ashley on the drive, only has Patron to beat, but Atkinson, a pull-up in the paint, gets it to fall with a tough angle. Chris Atkinson put the lead back out to 6. Now Patron on the inside, a great move after a fancy dime. Now Middleton on the rebound, puts it up off the rim and in.
Yeah, great follow-up by Middleton, but you really don't see Patron miss many of those shots right there. Fortunately, Middleton was able to get the board, but again, like you mentioned, Plattsburgh right at the door. What is Brockport going to do right here?
Danny Ashley took a three that looked like it had no intention of going in. And once again, another wasted opportunity. But Nick DeAngelis tries a long three to gain some momentum, but Jonathan Patron says, you know what, I've been a little too quiet. Let me score 21 on you and a potential 22 after this free throw. It is a 2-point game, and he's got one free throw coming. He scores 23 points per game, and by all means, is this not Plattsburgh's game to win at this point?
Yeah, I mean, this most certainly is Brockport's game to lose. Brockport had every opportunity. They're up 15. They could have just ran away with it. Plattsburgh pretty much had no life. But then, you know, Brandon Johnson started hitting threes, and quietly, really, their leader and their best player, the best player in the SUNYAC, Jonathan Patron, has come alive, as he has changed the outlook of this game completely right here, as he will shoot this free throw to reach 22 points and potentially cut this to a 1-point game. But Brockport had done such a great job all game of really negating him, and he's just really taken over this game. And you know, we see in the NBA, we see players like Harden, Paul George, even college basketball, Zion Williamson, the best players take control of games in the crunch time, and we're seeing that at the Division III level right here. Patron willing his team to victory, as you know, we still got just shy of 7 minutes left in this one, but Patron has done all he could so far in this second half for Plattsburgh to be in position to win.
And Jonathan Patron has a chance to put this game within 1 point. With 6 minutes and 48 seconds to go, he misses that free throw. And Danny Ashley has the ball now for Brockport. Jahidi Wallace driving on Patron, a tough angle. Could have used the glass, but Nelson on the follow. Puts that one up, and he gets it to fall. Middleton, a baseline drive, puts it up off the glass, and a follow once again by, wow! Ian Howard tried to follow Middleton's drive, and Middleton got it back, put it up, and got fouled.
Yeah, that's the third, almost the third straight and one opportunity for the Plattsburgh State Cardinals. And Brockport needs to stop fouling right here. You know, at least make them work for it. Don't give them opportunities to get free baskets right there. And it's a 1-point game, Mike.
Well, I'll tell you, the momentum has definitely shifted towards Plattsburgh this late in the second half. But Ashley getting that one to go on a tough angle, and Brockport will take a quick timeout to talk things over, maybe some strategy of how to keep Plattsburgh out of the paint, because that's where most of their buckets have come in the second half.
Yeah, they've definitely been able to find openings in the paint, but, you know, I really like this time out by Brockport right here. Really gives their players a chance to breathe, and, you know, Plattsburgh has all the momentum. This could potentially stall the momentum, make it so Brockport takes a quick breather, can retake control of this one, because right now with 6:07 left, you know, we talked about how this was Plattsburgh's game to win, but we keep seeing every time Plattsburgh scores, Brockport's right there on the other end. So either one of these teams is gonna have to, you know, go on a little bit of a scoring run and create some more separation. First of all, Plattsburgh has to tie or take the lead.
Ian Howard gives it up to Brandon Johnson, who takes the ball up the floor now. Nick DeAngelis. Jonathan Patron looking for options, but he'll take it himself. Kicks out to DeAngelis, a cross-court pass to Middleton on the left side. Kicks inside to Howard, And he gets that one to go at the rim. It's a one-point game once again with under 6 minutes to go. Great ball movement from the Plattsburgh Cardinals. Now, Chris Atkinson down to the short corner with Wallace. A double team. Wallace has options. Finds Ashley cutting through the lane and lays it in.
And what a beautiful find right there. It looked like Plattsburgh was going to strip the ball away before Ashley was able to find some movement in the paint for the easy two.
They'll say Nick DeAngelis stepped out of bounds. But Coach Tom Curl was telling him, look, you got other options than driving baseline and going nowhere.
Yeah, he definitely did have some options. And right here with under 5 minutes left, every possession is such a critical possession for both teams, and neither team can afford to turn it over or really just put up bad shots.
And a lob inside, Jahidi Wallace couldn't convert. After the foul, it just stayed up there on the rim and fell off, so he'll have 2 shots at the line. With that missed free throw, Brockport, they have been outstanding so far, but in the first half, they didn't miss a single one. In the second half, they've missed a bunch.
Yeah, and you know what? Brockport could have a much larger lead if they knock down their free throws. You know, they're up 4 now, but they could be up 7 or 8 if they haven't missed them.
After the almost turnover from Plattsburgh and Brockport have both gone 10 for 17 from the free throw line. And so it could honestly be anybody's game at this point.
No.
Plattsburgh could make their free throws, they could have the lead by 3. If Brockport could make all their free throws, they could have the lead by 11. Johnson finding DeAngelis in the left corner, and he hits. Nick DeAngelis spewing some life after a bit of a drought for Plattsburgh. And a 1-point game once again with 4.5 to go. Danny Ashley can't get it to fall.
Yeah, that's the shot you want if your Ashley just goes in and out off the rim. But Brockport, they got to step it up defensively here. They really need a statement made by their defense, which has been struggling as of late.
Nick DeAngelis, cross-court pass to Middleton. Middleton trying to find Ian Howard, but it's tipped away.
And you know what? If I'm Brockport right now, that wasn't the best defensive possession, but you made it work. Plattsburgh wasn't able to get a shot off. They forced a turnover, and you retake possession with 3:57 left, up 1. And right now, we talk about how every possession is important, but I don't know if Brockport will see a more important offensive possession all game than they will see right here. You're up 1, 3:57 left. You want to work down that shot clock. You want to create a good open shot. And more importantly, you need to score. Get this back to a 3-point game, potential 4-point game. You know, I talked about how they were forcing threes. That is their last resort now. Drive it to the rim and make Plattsburgh foul you, because, you know, Jonathan Patron right now is sitting at 4 fouls. So Plattsburgh cannot afford him to give another foul. So right here, if I'm Brockport, I'm going right at Jonathan Patron and forcing him to either attack the ball or just stand there and not attack Brockport and allow for the easy layup.
If you're Plattsburgh, what do you do from an offensive standpoint?
I think you do what has been working, and that's really starting on the inside and just forcing Brockport to guard you. And then if it's not working on the inside, you kick it outside to your shooters. You know, Johnson. And they've just done a nice job of opening up their offense in the second half.
Atkinson fires a 3 from long range, and it finds the bucket.
Yeah, that probably wasn't the shot that head coach Greg Dunn wanted, but it worked for them.
Johnson picks up the phone and answers. Brandon Johnson hits a three of his own with just over 3 minutes to go. 79-80. Jahidi Wallace driving, no space, but somehow got that up off the glass and brought the lead back to 3. Patron inside, trying to play a little tip drill and tips it to himself, puts it up off the glass and in. Back and forth efforts down the stretch. It's going to come down to high percentage shots and defense in the paint for both teams. Devontae Haggins trying to back down Ian Howard, but Wallace pulls up, not the shot you want, and Danny Ashley commits the foul. And free throws for Plattsburgh.
Yeah, you know, this is Plattsburgh's first opportunity to take the lead since early on in that first half. I believe it was about the 15 minute mark where Plattsburgh had their last lead. Since then, it has been all Brockport, who have pretty much led by double digits the entire rest of the first half, most of the second half until really, you know, the 5 minute mark of the second half.
Ties the game for the first time since the first half early on, and for the lead, he does it. Chris Middleton hits 2 crucial free throws, now with 17 points. He's not even the leading scorer for Plattsburgh. Brandon Johnson with 22 and Patron with 23. Nelson, a ball fake, finds Ashley, a kick inside to Haggins, no angle on that shot, and just not the possession you wanted if you're Brockport.
No. But
Johnson finds Howard, great ball movement, and he'll say, let's slow it down. We don't need a quick shot, we need a good shot. Nick DeAngelis inside for Howard. Johnson trying to tell Howard to just shoot it. DeAngelis a long 3, but couldn't convert. Middleton gets the tip off for the rebound, and he puts that one in. Plattsburgh now up by 3 with 1 minute and 45 seconds to go here in the first of these semifinal matchups. And after that traveling call, it'll be a turnover for Brockport, but stick around at the conclusion of this game. Oneonta takes on Oswego in the second of the 2 semifinal SUNYAC playoff games. And if you thought this is so far a good game, well, make sure you watch the second game as well.
Yeah, I mean, that should be another electric game, and you can't really complain at all unless you're a Brockport fan or a Brockport player. But you know what? A casual basketball fan watching this has just been really high quality basketball by both teams, and you know, you really hate to see what happened early first half when Justin Summers went down. But besides that one play, I think this has been a really high quality basketball game, and I'm expecting the next game to be just as good, if not better, because you know what, the first meeting between the teams, you know, Oswego was able, you know, to beat Oneonta late, and I mean, Oneonta was all over Oswego, handing them their largest SUNYAC loss of the season here a week ago from Wednesday. So I really expect both teams to bring it, and we should have another exciting game.
Chris Middleton for the 3, no good, but a rebound for Howard, and it's stripped away by Atkinson. A 3-point game now with 1 minute 20 left. Atkinson driving, can't get that one to fall, but he will get the foul call, the first.
Yeah.
The 4th on number 2, Chris Middleton. And now Middleton and Patron and Ian Howard all with 4 fouls down the stretch. But the Plattsburgh hockey team making some noise, trying to get Atkinson to miss, but he converts that free throw. Gives a little stare down towards the hockey team, and Well, he's going to try and make them both to try and quiet down the bleachers. He does it. Under pressure. Makes both free throws a 1-point game with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. Brandon Johnson gets that one stripped away, but now DeAngelis has it. And Johnson once again, 10 seconds to shoot. Danny Ashley, great defense. Johnson goes up strong, but can't get it to fall, and Patron, pleading his case, tips it away. And Devontae Haggins might have came up very lucky with that call. And Brockport now has the ball, down 1. Jahidi Wallace checks in for Stroman.
Yeah, and that was probably one of the better Brockport defensive possessions we've seen recently in the second half. Really nice job creating pressure, not giving Plattsburgh an easy shot at all.
Danny Ashley driving on the mismatch with Middleton, but kicks out to Atkinson, 15 to shoot. Atkinson tries to pull up, it gets blocked by Johnson. Still 10 to shoot. Jahidi Wallace inside, puts that one up. Oh my, wow. I cannot believe he got that one to fall.
And you know what's even more unbelievable about that play, Mike? I didn't even think he would be able to get a shot, let alone a shot off, not make the basket, and drawing the contact. Wow, what a great play. And you know what? He did not have a really great angle on that basket at all. Really great turnaround play. And you know what? That's the play that Brockport needed. You know, with down 1, that was probably their last shot in this game, because if you miss that, Plattsburgh gets the ball back with 30 seconds left, up 1.
We'll get this after that missed free throw. Brockport up by 1. Jonathan Patron has just fouled out after that possession. Here is Cox. Travis Cox taking all the time in the world. They do not need to go for a 3, but any points here will win it. Yeah, not a free throw. The trigger man, Brandon Johnson, that's the man you want with the ball. No difference on game and shot clock. He slips, kicks out, a jump shot for the win, no good. And Brockport will go on to the championship to play the winner of Oswego and Oneonta. That may not have been the shot you wanted, but it was the man with the ball that you did want.
And what a dramatic way to hold on. You're up 15 in the first half, 14 in the second half. Plattsburgh comes all the way back to take the lead. And you know what? Brockport, we talked about it, back and forth, back and forth. They were able to come out on top. And you know what? Atkinson has been the man all day for Brockport, and he made it so difficult for Johnson to get off that final shot. Almost fell, but that was not the quality shot you wanted, and Brockport wins and survives.
Well, you know what? Brandon Johnson had that ball. He slipped. Great defense from Atkinson, but he had a lot of space when he put that shot up. It rimmed in and out. It went up in the air. Could it have fallen? Maybe. Did it fall? No. And that's the way the cookie crumbles for Plattsburgh. 85 to 86 is the final score here in the first semifinal of the SUNYAC playoffs. Real soon will be Oswego versus Oneonta, the second matchup. And stay here on WTOP 10 for that matchup.